What if I told you that love could bloom in the most unexpected places, even during the coldest winter day? Sarah Matthews hurried through the halls of York's prestigious Wellington Academy, her worn teacher's bag clutched tightly against her chest. As a single mom teaching third grade, she barely fit into this world of privilege and wealth, but her daughter deserved the best education her teaching position could provide. That morning, like every Thursday, Dr. James Cooper arrived to check on Mr. Whiskers, their classroom pet hamster. His warm smile and kind eyes made her heart skip a beat, but she reminded herself that charming veterinarians who volunteered at elite private schools probably didn't date struggling single moms from the wrong side of town. The way James spoke softly to her students, teaching them about animal care with such genuine passion, made it increasingly difficult to maintain her professional distance. His designer clothes and confident demeanor screamed old money, yet he spent hours sitting cross-legged on the classroom floor, letting the children tell him stories about their pets. Their fingers brushed accidentally as they both reached to refill Mr. Whisker's water bottle, sending unexpected sparks through her body. She quickly pulled away, missing the longing in his eyes as she turned to help a student. The weather forecast had warned of snow, but nobody expected the blizzard that descended upon York that afternoon. As parents rushed to collect their children early, Sarah realized with dread that her old car wouldn't start. James found her in the parking lot, snow collecting on her shoulders as she stared helplessly at the engine. Without hesitation, he rolled up his expensive sleeves and spent an hour in the freezing cold, fixing her car while his rescue dogs watched from his heated SUV. Her daughter Emma played in the snow with the dogs, her laughter echoing across the empty parking lot, and something shifted in Sarah's heart. Their unexpected snow day turned into hot chocolate at the local diner, where Emma chatted excitedly about the dogs while James and Sarah discovered they shared more than just their love for animals. He spoke about growing up lonely in a massive house, while she shared stories about her tight-knit community. The walls she had built around her heart began to crumble as she realized that behind his privileged exterior was a man who understood the value of genuine connections. The next morning, Sarah arrived at school to find Mr. Whisker's cage decorated with tiny paper hearts. As her students filed in, James appeared at the classroom door, but instead of his usual Thursday checkup, he walked straight to her desk. The children gasped as he dropped to one knee, pulling out a simple yet elegant ring.
"Ms. Matthews,"
he said, his voice full of emotion. "You've taught me that true wealth isn't about money. It's about having someone to share your life with. Will you marry me?" The classroom erupted in chaos as Sarah whispered, "Yes," through happy tears. News spread through the school like wildfire, and suddenly the barriers between social classes seemed to dissolve. The wealthy parents who had once barely acknowledged her existence now stopped by with wedding magazines and planning advice. The school janitor offered to transform the gymnasium into a winter wonderland, while her students insisted on being flower girls and ring bearers. Their love story had become everyone's favorite tale. 2 months later, Sarah stood in a borrowed designer dress, watching as snowflakes danced outside the gymnasium windows. The space had been transformed with twinkling lights and crystal decorations. But what truly made it magical was the mix of people filling the seats. Trust fund kids sat next to Sarah's working-class relatives, all united in celebration of a romance that had broken through social boundaries. As Emma walked down the aisle, scattering rose petals alongside James's rescue dogs wearing bow ties, Sarah realized that sometimes the greatest fairy tales aren't about princesses and castles. They're about finding someone who sees your true worth. If you believe in the power of unexpected love, share this story with someone special. Have you ever experienced a moment that changed your life forever? Leave a comment below and tell us about your own magical winter romance. Don't forget to follow for more heartwarming stories that prove love knows no boundaries. Sometimes, the most beautiful relationships bloom from a simple act of kindness on a snowy day.